Do I think you would be a good candidate for probation? No. We've tried things. Just tell you, just like the song says, tears do not make flowers grow. Think that Fast and Furious is real because it's not. I would think that somebody would learn something because Paul Walker ended up dying. You're going to go into custody today.
My wife works overnight and I'm the only one that can watch my son.
This case, I think we've got the discovery on.
Court is calling 2025 CR 008879. Are they the person who brought you down here today? All right, so I don't understand why they're here then. How did they know you would be here? Which means taxpayers are providing housing. And I got news for you. There's a government shutdown. The fact that you think somebody's cheating is going to rear its head and you're not going to be successful at this probation. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 002957W State versus Maniquita de Jesus Barrera. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Gallagher, State.
And for the defense?
Good morning, Judge. Alfonso Cabañas for Ms. Barrera.
And are you Ms. Barrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Barrera, you have an attorney, a previous attorney appointed to you.
Yes, ma'am.
That attorney is in jury trial.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
he's been in jury trial in misdemeanor court for 3 days. He informed the court that if you wanted the new counsel assigned, he is fine with counsel being assigned. So do you have any objections to Mr. Cabanas being assigned as your new attorney?
That's fine.
All right, and Mr. Cabanas, you were assigned today. Do you request any time to prepare?
No, Judge, we were 10 days to prepare.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Barrera, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Maniquita Barrera who's placed on community supervision in 2025 CR 002957W for the offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, items under 5 on March 13, 2025 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of solution number 8 on or about 28th day of July 2025, where County Taxes, the defendant, Ida Barrera, failed to report a change of address to supervision officer in violation of condition number 8.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 8, the court can find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 8? Court will find violation of condition number 8 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Judge. State is requesting that you grant this motion and revoke the defendant's supervision explicitly based on things that are contained within the course.
All right. And defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking that the court follow the recommendation by probation to send Ms. Barrera to felony drug court.
All right. So probation,
Yes, Judge.
is that what probation is recommending?
So the recommendation on the court summary is to amend for a TAP recommendation that she go to SATIF. She remains in Bear County until she gives birth, then participate in SATIF once she's medically cleared. I did look over previous information from the last MTR. This is her second MTR. She's been on probation not even a year, Judge. The last MTR, she was supposed to go to a NOS program. She wasn't accepted into NOS. She was supposed to have a felony drug court evaluation and then return back to court. That did not happen. She was not accepted into the NOS program because my notes indicate the NOS program didn't accept her insurance.
Okay. So any objections to the court review and the court summary?
No.
All right. So here's the thing. Do I think you would be a good candidate for probation? No. We've tried things. But am I willing? Maybe things will change. Maybe there can be some help for you. I know that from reading this, well, I don't know why the tears are here. Because I will tell you this, I appreciate the tears, right?
It's not even a.
But let me just tell you, just like the song says, tears do not make flowers grow. And the problem is you haven't been stepping up to the plate and doing what you're supposed to do. I'm reading the court summary, and you know what it says in here? Your parents have custody of your other children due to CPS issues. No, that's what that says here.
That's what it says, but I have paper, I can get paperwork and proof from Attorney General that I have full rights to custody of my kids.
You should.
And I'm the custodial parent of all three. It's just, I'm waiting on my housing.
You shouldn't.
I've been bouncing from place to place, so that's why I didn't want to.
Let me just tell you, you should not have custody of your children. And this is what I don't understand. And I want you to internalize what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be mean, but people are just going out here having children, have no means to financially support them. According to this, you have 3 other children. So when I would do CPS cases, you know what I would tell my clients? I'm like, look, I'm going to give you a pass on your first child. Maybe you don't know, nobody told you how babies are made, right? So I'm going to give you a pass for that. But I would have clients who would be 20 years old and have 5 children. And I'm doing the math in my head. At some point, everybody knows where children are made. Do you know I had a CPS case once and they were saying, well, Stephanie, we're going to place the child with the great grandparent. I was like, well, that's going to mess things up because, I'm hoping everybody will live forever. But I'm like, that great grandparent is too old. No, not too old. On the CPS side, we have grandparents who are like 40. I actually represented somebody once. I was representing the baby. And you know how old that baby's mom was? 12. People out here just running around, having children, not giving them any idea of what life is all about, just procreating. And here you are, you're out here just procreating. And you have no means to support. Oh, I'm placing my children with my grandparents because I don't want to be bouncing from place to place because I don't have a place to stay. Whose fault is that? Yours? Get a job. People always will find a place to make a baby, but they don't have a place to support their children. Now your children are with the maternal grandparents, and trust me, grandparents, guess what they want to do? They just want to be the fun grandparent. There are no rules here. I'm going to spoil my grandbabies and then send them back home to you. But they can't because you're not doing anything.
I've actually been waiting on my housing.
Now, here's the thing. You're waiting on housing. Guess what? You're not providing that housing. The government is providing housing, which means taxpayers are providing housing. And I got news for you. There's a government shutdown. And I don't know why you would choose to get pregnant, because people know how babies are made, when you don't have your life together. And you don't even have your 3 children with you. Now you're crying before me because you don't want to go to the state jail facility. And let me just tell you, I would send you for 2 years, right? And you know what would end up happening? You would be at the state jail facility. And when your baby was born, somebody would be right there to pick up your baby. Somebody in the form of the state, Child Protective Services. And either it would be placed with your maternal grandparents, but your mom may say, you know what? I can't take any more children. And then you know what ends up happening? Then your siblings are separated. Because somebody will adopt your baby. Your attorney will tell you, guess what? It's always easy to get a newborn baby adopted because you know why? People are looking to adopt children. Guess what they figure? There isn't too much damage that a parent could have done to this child unless they were using drugs while they were carrying the child. They are ready to go and take that baby. And you know, on the CPS side, when you place children with foster parents, they're just supposed to foster. We're going to be here. We're a stopgap for the parent. The parent's going to get their life together. But you know what really happens? Foster parents fall in love with the children. Next thing you know, they're hiring an attorney, and that attorney is filing motions so that they can adopt your child and your rights can be terminated. And then that's how you have a bunch of people walking around on the planet, don't even know they're related, because people like you are just procreating. And then you come before me crying because you haven't done what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to give you a choice. Do I think you will be successful on this probation? Absolutely not. But, I can be proved wrong. I don't have a crystal ball. I can send you, let you do your two years at the state jail facility now, or you're gonna stay at the jail till you're ready to be transferred to inpatient treatment or felony drug court. And I can tell you, felony drug court, they have said that they're down a probation officer, so they can't take as many people or accept as many people as they normally would. So that's where we are. But suffice it to say, you're not going to be with your child. So either you're not going to be with your child because you're going into the state jail facility for 2 years, or either you're not going to be with your child because you're going to be in inpatient treatment. And with your child, if your grandparents don't pick up your child from the prison of the Bath County Jail, Child Protective Services, they're going to be called anyway. They're going to do an investigation to see if it's appropriate for your child to go with your maternal grandparents. And if they say no, then CPS will have custody of your child. And I see in here where your mother don't even know where you are. Spoke to mom who stated she hasn't seen her daughter, but I'll tell her to call probation if she finds her. So instead of you helping your mother with your children, you're just out here procreating. So which do you prefer? 2 years in the state jail facility, or either you're going to remain in the state jail facility, remain here at the Bath County Jail till you're transferred to somebody's inpatient treatment or felony drug court. Which do you prefer?
I would like to try to get rehab or drug court now.
All right, the court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions. She is to remain in custody for a transfer to felony drug court. We're going to do an updated TAP. And regardless of what the TAP says, it's going to be inpatient treatment. And once she's released, there's going to be field visits until further notice. Is there anything else?
Not from defense counsel, Judge.
All right, we can go off the record. So do not come to me. If you're back here again for this, don't come because you're wasting your tears, not helping flowers grow. You understand? All right, if you graduate from felony drug court, I'll come to your graduation.
Can I say something?
Sure.
The only thing is I waited 9 weeks before I was notified that the rehab nurse had rejected me. I do have Medicaid. I'm not understanding why they rejected my Medicaid. And I wasn't told, they never called me out. I barely got my court date 2 weeks ago to reappear in front of you. If I would have, I kept asking and asking what the situation was with my case, and they wouldn't tell me.
Let me ask you this. All of your trying, you were successful in finding time to find some guy and have a baby, become pregnant. You're able to do that, but you were not able to be present for your field visits. You're not available to report to probation because they couldn't find you. You're able to do all of that.
I was reporting on this came on my UA month. I wouldn't show up for my report dates.
No, they tried to find you. They could not.
That's where I just found.
So,
I was kicked out from where I was staying, and my belongings had got stolen. My cell phone had got stolen. That's why I wasn't able to receive the phone call.
but here's the thing. You were able to contact someone so you could have a baby and become pregnant.
I was already pregnant by the time I got out to probation.
All right, good luck to you.
This case, I think we've got the discovery on. It was just indicted, I guess recently. This is a first setting on it. It's an old case. It took them more than a year to indict. But there's a new case that's out there that's unindicted. They're still waiting on labs. They're trying to give me a global offer, but they need to see, the state is telling me they need to see some information on that. And there's a misdemeanor also that has to be reviewed that hasn't been filed yet. So they were all from May. We're still waiting on May.
All right, Norma, on this case, give me a plea deadline date at the beginning of November, please.
November 4th.
All right, so we'll be back on November 4th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next setting will be a jury trial date.
Okay.
Do you understand? All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat. Your attorney will bring you the reset form. Once you sign it, your excuse. All right, thank you. Court is calling 2025 CR 008879 State versus Brandy Mendoza. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Lauren Espinosa for the state.
Donald Wilson for the defense.
And are you Miss Brandy Mendoza? You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have all right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, one, we just asked the court to go along with the agreement with one, I guess, issue on the fine. She's, as you can see, she broke her leg and she's recently had surgery and spent almost a month in the hospital. She's not going to be able to put any weight on that leg for somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks.
Mhm.
If we can at least delay starting making payments on that or probate some of that or something like that to give her some breathing room before she goes back to work, we would ask that. But otherwise, we'd ask you to approve and agree with our agreement on the plea for the probation.
All right, was the leg broken, removing the AC and climbing through the window? Is this something else?
No, something else. I just happened recently.
All right, and why is there a request for no harmful or injurious contact with Ramirez?
Judge, there was another case that has been already dismissed that was family violence disturbance or that sort of thing that has been dismissed. And so the state is being overly cautious.
Well, here's the thing. When I'm reading the police report, when the police came out, you said that you were homeless, you don't live there. So when there are relationships and you get to the point where police are being called out, people are removing AC units and going through windows and people are fighting each other, that's not a good relationship. And what usually happens is no problems have been solved. People just ignored it. And then the fact that you think somebody's cheating is going to rear its head and you're not going to be successful at this probation. So unless this person comes to court and tells me they want contact with you,
Judge,
then-
he is present.
oh. Well, I will hear from that person. It's not saying that I'm going to allow contact, but I'll hear from them. Are they the person who brought you down here today? All right. So I don't understand why they're here then. How did they know you would be here?
Well, she knew about the case.
Okay. Yeah, because I will tell you what I'm reading in here. You said that you don't live together. You said that she was cheating on you.
I don't.
She lives with her mother and
Okay. So are you all still in a relationship?
No.
All right. So she doesn't need to have contact with you because you all are no longer in a relationship.
I would like to be in her life though and start.
Yeah, here's the thing. You're going to have to work on yourself. And let me just tell you why I do this. I don't do this to be cruel, but if you have someone that you get to the point where you all are physically fighting each other, that's not a good relationship. I always tell people this, and I know it's hard to do because hearts are involved, but when you suspect that someone is cheating on you and they tell you they're not, you either accept that or you don't. You don't get involved in a physical altercation. And that's why the police ended up here. And then that's why you're here, because from that, you have this possession case.
I have a question.
Sure.
Where is it coming from that is being said that I said she was cheating, where there was cheating involved?
Let me tell you what it says in the police report. I was dispatched to the location for disturbance. Upon arrival, I made contact with the victim, that's Ramirez, who informed me she was holding your keys and phone hostage due to you having her wallet with her social and ID inside. Victim stated that suspect had been allowed to stay at the listed residence for a month now, and they have had an intimate relationship together. I tried to solve the matters by having each party give what they claim the other took. Suspect, that's you, informed me she did not have the victim's wallet. I spoke with the victim and began gathering the story and was informed that her wallet had gone missing from where she normally places it, and that after she stepped away, it was gone. Victim was adamant that it was you who took the wallet. Victim then elaborated on her grabbing suspect's keys and phone and locking suspect outside the residence. Victim proceeded to state that suspect made entry to the house by removing an AC unit and climbing in. Suspect proceeded to grab a hold of victim, leaving visible injuries. Suspect proceeded to punch victim on the left side of her face twice with a closed fist. I observed visible injuries to victim's left cheek. Suspect then grabbed victim's shirt and began aggressively pulling it, leaving a large scratch on the left side of the victim's neck. Victim stated she defended herself to get suspect off of her. The two parties then separated and called for police. Victim refused to cooperate initially with the police in regards to photographs, paperwork, and statements. Suspect informed me nothing physical happened and she did not live with the victim. Suspect then stated that she was homeless. I was then provided with the story of suspect, that's you, demanding to see victim's phone due to some suspicions of victim cheating on her. This is what initially created the argument between both individuals. So that's where I get that. So this is what the court is going to do. There's going to be an $800 fine that will be probated. 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Take in consideration 2025 PF 18457. TAP evaluation out of custody, follow TAP recommendations. There's to be no contact with Julia Ramirez. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
7 and 10.
Do they live with you?
Currently, no.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No.
So why are your children not living with you?
I lost my apartment and I asked my kid's father to watch them and he just hasn't gave them back. So we're going through like court and that's next month to determine like us getting half and half.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you will get drug tested.
Clean.
All right, you're going to get drug tested today. There's going to be no residing in households with minors. If that drug test comes back positive, that will remain. So you're going to get drug tested today. Do you understand? And so you still want to say you're going to be clean?
Yes.
All right, you're going to get drug tested today. So there's going to be no residing in households with minors, no unsupervised contact with minors, of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors.
Judge, that's where we'd ask for some leeway because she may not be able to work.
Oh, we'll find it. You just need to give a doctor's note to them and then we'll take that up. So she needs to provide a doctor's reason for not being able to work. 100. All right, good luck to you. They'll give you where you need to go to do the drug test.
Judge, she is presently living with her mother in Kyle, up north of San Marcos. Her mother, though, is in the process of moving to the valley and sometime in the next month or 2 months. And so we will have to come back and ask for permission to transfer it or
Oh,
something.
we can do a transfer to Cal.
Well, that's just for the time being. Then it's going to be Rio Grande Valley.
Okay. All right, thank you. And what county is Cal?
Kyle is in Hayes County, I believe.
Okay. All right, and then you'll do the UA today. And she's going to tell you where you need to go to do the UA. All right. Are the parties ready on Manakita Ferreira?
Ready, Judge.
On December 19th at 9 a.m. For sentencing. At that time, I'll make a decision on whether or not I will grant your application. That decision will be based upon any evidence I received from your counsel or from the state, and also any information from the PSI report.
I do want to speak for the record, Your Honor. There was a third charge against Ms. Armstrong, the night mag number 611183, and I've been informed by the state that that case was rejected, so we didn't need to address it first.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Armstrong, you were late for court today. Why?
I'm sorry, I was on time.
No, that's why you're sitting on the front row because you were late.
Yeah, you weren't here at 9 o'clock. Were you here at 9 o'clock?
No, she was not here at 9 because I called the docket at 9. So you need to make sure that you're on time. The court doesn't tolerate people being late. For court, sometimes I give people a little leeway if it's raining, if the weather is bad, even though I'm here at 9 and people should make allowances for traffic. But do not be late for your appointments with probation. You understand? All right. All right, probation will speak with you. Court is calling 2022 CR 8297, State of Texas versus Logan Armstrong. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Mike Latimer for the defense.
And are you Miss Armstrong? All right, you're gonna have to make sure you speak up. All right, you entered a plea on November 16th of no contest to evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at 4 years. The state is opposed to your application. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 8298. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
All right, any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense? I'm gonna need you all to be quiet in the box while we're on the record. Deputy, is there any way to move them to the other end perhaps? All right, state, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Only the defendant.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, defense?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. State, Ms. Armstrong, you understand that the judge has to make a very difficult decision today, whether or not to grant your applications for probation and or deferred adjudication or sentence you according to the state's recommendation. What did you want to tell the judge?
I just wanted to tell the judge that I am trying to get my life together. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to use every avenue that's available to help me get back on track and be a better person. That I don't have to go out and commit any crimes and stuff like that.
And Ms. Armstrong, two individuals submitted letters of support for you. Could you identify who those people are?
Tanisha Daly is my caseworker at Austin Area Urban League and I'm sorry, you're not speaking. Tanisha Daly is my caseworker at Austin Area Urban League and Kiara Redmond is my.
And the last time we were in court, you represented that you were anticipating getting a job. Have you secured a job?
Yes.
All right, is there a reason why everybody is whispering? I cannot hear.
I can't either.
So, everyone in the box, I'm gonna need you to bring it down a notch. And everyone who's in front of me, speak up so I can hear. I'm thinking everybody wants me to be able to hear so I can make a ruling.
Could you describe to the court what job you have secured?
I work as a monitoring a homeless shelter in Austin.
And how many days a week do you work?
It's part-time, so only on the weekends right now.
Is it full day weekends? You're anticipating working full-time eventually with this
Yes.
organization?
Yeah.
Well, you understand your criminal history is rather extensive, correct?
Yes.
And what can you explain to the judge in regards to what happened in your life that would cause you so many arrests, although there's only 6 convictions? But what happened in your life that would cause you to lead that sort of lifestyle?
I was running the streets.
Now pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Armstrong, who else was in the car with you on the date of this offense?
Tamara Satellite,
Was there anyone else?
Tamara Akins and and Tamara's son.
Okay. And so during this offense, whenever the police stopped him, he was unrestrained in the backseat, correct?
Right.
How old was he?
He's one.
Okay, so I also wanted to go just briefly into your criminal history, just very briefly again. So you were placed on deferred adjudication back in 2020 for engaging in organized crime, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was actually revoked in 2022, is that all correct?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
I have a question. You want to explain to me why you're going into Burlington's coat factory, stealing coats, and then running from the police with a 1-year-old in the car? Somebody explain to me, what were your thought process? And no offense against Burlington Coat Factory, I've been in there, never been able to find anything, but I don't understand what you thought you were doing, going into Burlington Coat Factory and taking items that don't belong to you.
At the time, I was just trying to, I went in there with intentions on getting clothes and selling so that I could have money.
All right, I'm gonna need y'all to be quiet in the box. So I don't understand why people don't get a job. Whatever happened to getting a job? And whatever happened to, getting a job instead of coming to court and then trying to get your life in order and say, oh, look, I've got a job. People do that every single day. And a lot of times people work jobs they don't want to work. But you know what? When they have children, they knock their pride aside and they'll do whatever they want to do. You think the people who are working at McDonald's want to work fries, although there's nothing wrong with that. But do you think that's their life's dream? I'm going to work fries for the rest of my life. But you know why they do it? Because they got bills to pay. And they're not going to Burlington's coat factory, making other people's job hard by stealing items, then running. And I always read the police report. I always read the PSI report and everything that's given to me. So you and your friend go into Burlington, stealing coats or whatever you're stealing from them. Then you get in a car with a 1-year-old unrestrained. And did the 1-year-old go into Burlington's with you all while y'all were stealing it? Did y'all leave him in the car by himself? Well, I mean, it's not, I believe you either know or you don't know. Where was the 1-year-old?
It was 3 people. One of them just walked away and police wasn't in contact.
So the 1-year-old, did the 1-year-old come in Burlington's coat factory with you all? So the 1-year-old is left out in the car with some third person. You don't know their name.
Tamara and
So you're the only person who went in Burlington coat factory to steal?
no, it was 2 girls. Their both name was Tamara.
Oh, okay. So then the other girl is out in the car, I guess the getaway car, for want of a better term, while y'all go in and steal coats. So explain to me, how did this plan happen? Were you all just sitting around the table and saying, hey, let's go steal coats from Burlington? How did you pick Burlington's coat factory? Why not Marshall's? Why not Ross? Why not Dress for Less? Why not the HEB? So explain to me how you all came up with a plan. Let's go steal coats from Burlington.
It wasn't a plan. It was just in the moment.
Oh, y'all just driving around like, hey, there's a Burlington. Let's go in there and steal. Is that the way you're telling me it went down? So how did it go down?
I just went in and saw something in the
And what did you take?
Tommy Hilfiger.
All right. So you go into Burlington and you immediately grab the Tommy Hilfiger. Who requested the Tommy Hilfiger? All right. Any other questions?
No.
Done from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll hear argument.
Your Honor, the defendant does have an extensive criminal history, including at least one revocation on the charge that she's on probation on. In addition, facts of this case are pretty harrowing. She had a 1-year-old child in the backseat and she decided to elude police officers and try to drive away instead of just pulling over. The state would recommend that she do time in TDC. This has been something that's been escalating. It's been building up to this point, and at this point, she put someone in that car at risk who had no choice whether or not to be in that car.
All right. And I'm assuming this engaging in organized crime is listed as a misdemeanor. Was that filed as a misdemeanor?
It was out of McClellan County, Your Honor. I don't know the specifics.
Was that a misdemeanor?
Yes,
How much time did you do on that one? All right, defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe Miss Armstrong kind of grew up too fast. She was born in Louisiana. She's 25, 27 years old. She has a high school diploma. According to PSI, there are no felony convictions. And also what's important, I think, is that there are no drug offenses. Typically, when you see thefts, you see drugs. She was not stealing to satisfy any kind of drug habit. There are only 6 misdemeanor convictions, although I say only, but there's several arrests. Only 6 misdemeanor convictions. She was a member of the Zion Baptist Church. She has 2 children. The father, one of the children who has no criminal history, was tragically shot and killed in 2017. So she was supporting that child. That's the oldest child. She does volunteer work at the homeless shelter. And she's making these learning boards that while she was detained under this case and under the bond, she was making these learning boards for children to help not only her children, but other children. And it appeared to have picked up, and several people have been buying these learning boards that she's been making for preschool children. She has a mother that's very supportive that she lives with in Temple, Texas. Her father passed away. She is a single mother of these 2 children. She has siblings that also support her. And she has worked very hard to getting this job, and she wants one last chance. And I'm told her it would be her last chance. This is the first felony. And I've stressed upon her that this is very serious, that if she has to comply with every single condition, that she needs to make a copy of the conditions and keep them all over the house if she has to, because I don't want to see her back. She has no intention of coming back here unless it's a discharge of her probation or deferred adjudication. That's it. Thank you.
What does he mean you grew up too fast? I don't understand that.
Well, I think with her, she was with the kind of people that she kind of lost her childhood when she was doing adult things with adult people and getting her involved in things and made bad choices.
All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking consideration 2022 CR 8298. Court will retain jurisdiction, showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you review that document with your?
This is the document on that you signed the last time regarding no right to appeal.
Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Can I ask,
Sure.
before I'm taking custody, can I see my kids outside?
No, there are some security issues, so that can't happen. Who's outside with your children?
My boys,
How long have you known this boyfriend?
almost 2 years. We have my youngest kid.
No. Did you understand what you're charged with is evading arrest, detention of vehicle? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Mancata, what is your issue?
As in?
Oh, as in you're here for racing.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes, why are you doing this? This is not Fast and the Furious.
I understand, ma'am. I was just
Yeah.
scared and I didn't do what was right, and I know there's consequences and I'm willing to take them all.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Why are you street racing?
I was just in fear and I just folded under pressure and I regretted it all.
No, right now you're just giving me standard answers that you think I want to hear.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've read the report and what it says, I observed that there were street races during donuts, burnout, driving recklessly out of sight behind a building. As I could see lots of white smoke going up in the air. So I don't understand why young people think that, one, think that Fast and Furious is real, because it's not. Two,
Yeah.
I would think that somebody would learn something, because Paul Walker ended up dying. And, you know,
Understand.
part of his death, people can blame it on the vehicle, but part of it was caused by the fact that they were racing. And you can say they were racing legally or whatever you want to say, but you're not a professional. You're 21. So many people could have been killed. I've read in this report that somebody almost hit a family with a stroller. And then you know what would end up happening? I would have had a 20-year-old crying here, please don't send me to prison. I killed somebody and I didn't mean to kill somebody.
Understand.
So who gave you this vehicle?
I purchased it on my own, and I also got rid of it.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated 12th grade.
And what are you doing with the rest of your life?
I'm enrolling in barber school. I'm halfway in there.
Like, when are you planning on doing that?
This year I'm looking to start already. I already paid for the application and everything, so it's all in motion.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody. Anytime you have an occupation that requires you to have a license, you need to make sure that these felony cases don't interfere with your ability to get a license. It
Understand.
usually makes it harder. I'm not saying that this offense will necessarily preclude you from living out your dream, but it will make it harder. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Do you live at home with your parents? Where do you live?
Yes, I live with my mom.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Occasionally I smoked on New Year's.
So did you smoke New Year's at your mom's house?
No, at my grandma's with my cousins.
All right, so here's the thing. One, that's not any better at all. I don't know if the young people have heard, there's something out in the universe, it's called COVID.
Yes, ma'am.
So that marijuana, unless you're growing it in your grandmother's backyard, somebody had to make contact with someone who's not a member of the family to get
Yes,
the
ma'am.
marijuana. Then you bring it to your grandmother's house to smoke marijuana with your cousins. And I'm sure your grandmother didn't buy into this, we're going to sit around and smoke marijuana. So y'all are disrespecting your grandmother's house. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So there's not going to be any marijuana use while you're on this probation. It is not allowed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you shouldn't be getting marijuana from strangers anyway and bringing that back into your mom's house or your grandmother's house when COVID is running rampant. How old is your grandmother?
About 80.
So older people don't do well with COVID. And here you are recklessly driving and recklessly potentially bringing COVID to your grandmother's house. And how old are your cousins?
They're about in their mid-20s.
You maybe want to stop hanging around cousins who are bringing you into the marijuana game. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. 100%.
Marijuana is not legal in Texas.
Okay.
So there's going to be $1,000 fine probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 150 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be deducted. There should be proof of employment. Mr. Mancata, you're going to have to start doing better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't do better, what's going to end up happening is you are going to end up causing trauma to someone else. Everyone should know that when you get a vehicle, you're not supposed to be racing in the vehicle. If you want to be a race car driver, take it to a track. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And could I have the paperwork for, all right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Israel Moncada who is placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 6023 on January 10th, 2022 for a term of 2 years and extended for a term of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge, the new number one is the DWI. It's set for hearing on the 5th of August. We would like to think that it would be a benefit to the court that let's have that done before proceeding on the motion to revoke.
All right, so off the record, here's the only issue. So an officer is here to testify. Probation is here to testify.
I understand that.
So,
And I am confused because I thought we were trying to get the DWI done first. I didn't realize we were set on a motion
mhm.
to be heard today. I was as surprised that the officer was here as
Can I have one more to speak?
Yes.
the state's asking what is our position on the DWI. Intends to plead on that case, Your Honor.
All right.
So Judge, I mean, my only thing is that if we can get a plea, true or not true today, and then reset for sentencing after he is.
We could do that.
All right.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
All right. And so standing in for the state.
That's Jason Garahan, sorry, Judge.
All right. Yes, we're on the record. So in for the state is Jason Garahan.
Yes.
All right. And with regards to the violations, state, you may proceed.
Violated condition number 1 on or about the 25th day of April 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Israel Chada committed the offense of DWI in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And I will waive their newly violated conditions.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. And when is the DWI set?
Set on the 5th of August, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to set this the same day?
We could.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what day of the week is August? All right, we'll set it for August 5th. And Norma, I'll note on the docket sheet that he's to go to county court first. So you won't come here first, you'll go to county court first. You understand?
And then after we're done.
All right, so in this case, my understanding that he was going to appear in county court, take care of that.
He did, Your Honor. We appeared yesterday and the DWI is taken care of.
All right, so with that being said, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, court is calling 2021 CR 6023, State of Texas versus Israel Moncada.
Disposition.
All right, you're right. He pled true July 25th, 2024 to violation of condition number 1. And since then, we've been waiting for the case to be resolved in county court. All right, so what was the resolution to county court?
Judge, I can speak to that.
Yes.
We were in the county court number 2 yesterday. The defendant entered a plea. He was sentenced to a term and the judgment is satisfied.
All right. And just one moment. So I'm assuming both parties are asking that he be continued?
Your Honor, the state is asking that the defendant be continued, that he go to SATIF. And what we have done is this defendant has been attending some AA meetings, correct?
Yes, I have 4 signatures.
I'm sorry, how many signatures?
4?
So you've attended 4 meetings
Yes.
since July?
Yes.
Right. So what I can tell both parties, and I appreciate the fact that you realize that you have an issue, but from reviewing the court summary, you tested positive for cocaine before. And this wasn't your first DWI according to the court summary.
Judge, I believe it's the only one that he's been carried
Okay.
forward to
Okay.
conviction.
All right, well, I'll disregard that last DWI then and just focus on the DWI that you pled true to. So I have that and I have you testing positive for cocaine. This is what I'm going to do. You're going to go into custody today. I'm gonna refer you to felony drug court. Counsel, if you will reach out to felony drug court,
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Mhm.
but, my wife works overnight and I'm the only one that can watch my son.
all right, does she have a grandmother?
No, she does not.
Oh, is your mom here?
No, she's not. She has a MOGAD. It's a autoimmune disease
Okay,
and she could only barely see out of one eye, so.
all right, so here's the issue. You shouldn't be caring for a child when you have this cocaine issue going on in the DWI. Now, this is what I'm telling you, and I want you to internalize what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you help so that you can be successful on this probation, because this is an evading arrest detention with a vehicle. You're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. And while you're on probation in this court, you picked up a DWI. And I realized DWI, the drug use, that's related to addictions. So I'm trying to help you solve that, because otherwise you could potentially go to prison for 10 years. And then when you get out, who knows when you get out? But when you get out, your child won't remember you. So I'm going to deny the motion, alternate main conditions. I'm going to do a referral to felony drug court, and counsel, if you reach out to felony drug court, they'll probably be able to see him. Maybe they'll be able to still see him this week, probably not, but definitely next week. And if you reach out to them and tell them he's very interested in the program and would like to be in the program, I know they have a graduation upcoming, so they'll probably have placement for him. All right, so we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. That's first. If he's not accepted into felony drug court, then we're going to do SATA. And I'm going to also add 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And he's to remain in custody until transfer to felony drug court or SATA. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need for me to be successful?
Is there a way I could get like a reset until I have a bed?
So you have what?
Until I get a bed?
I'm sorry, what did he say?
A bed, Your Honor. He's looking to see if he could report once there's a bed available.
No. Okay. All right, and we can go off the record. Here's the thing, I know this is what you were anticipating, but you have to look at the big picture. And the big picture is your attorney did great work for you, because you could be going to prison, right? And you're not. What you're doing is you're going to get treatment so that you can be a better parent to your child. And I'm sorry if there's no one other than your wife to watch your child. I hope she doesn't lose her job, but
That had a household as well.
Hmm?
So all these bills are no pile up.
yeah, but if your attorney is able to get in touch with felony drug court, if you have no objections, I'll send them an email as well to see maybe if they can put him on the list to talk to him today.
I would appreciate the court doing that.
All right, let me send an email to see if they're available to do that. If he'll just have a seat in the box, and if you'll remain, I'll see if they can send somebody over.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, State.
Judge, I apologize, I didn't want to interrupt you, but after the conferring, runs, the state is going to submit a motion to withdraw, but we would like to alter and amend his conditions.
Right, while you're withdrawing, because the allegations in the motion is he's on deferred for evading arrest detention of a vehicle. And then new number one is driving without a license. And then no valid license. So what's
Sort of the same thing, Judge.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, Judge, so after just confirming the runs and looking at the recommendation of probation, that is, I guess, the course that we have decided to take. So I don't know if you want to step back and.
Sure.
Judge, if
We
you,
can go off the record.
if you recall, Friday I was here and we had actually filed an application to have a bond set on his case since it is a deferred. But I know that the court would like to go ahead if you can take care of everything.
I'll proceed however, anybody wants to proceed. So why is this motion being withdrawn?
Judge, the court summary indicates they would like to continue him on probation with intensive supervision supportive outpatient treatment for him to obtain his Texas driver's license within 60 days. They also would like to see about setting a compliance hearing in 60 days to ensure that all of this has been met.
All right, last time we were here when he was, let me see, because this is not his first motion to revoke. So on his previous motion to revoke, I ordered him to be referred to felony drug court out of custody, 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Has he done any of that? Have you done any of that?
Yes.
How many sober meetings have you done?
I have dockets at my home. I have about, they rough draft of 80.
All
on
right.
file.
Judge, he did not meet the criteria for felony drug court.
Why are you driving without a license?
I have no right excuse.
All right, whose car was that?
That's mine and my wife's.
So what are we gonna do about the fact that he's driving without a license?
Judge, first of all, we're gonna try to get him a license again within the 60
Okay,
days.
so that's what you're gonna do? Because you say we.
Metaphorically. Judge. He's going to get his license within 60 days. That's why we want a compliance hearing 60 days from now to show I've gotten my license. It's okay for me to be.
Are you gonna be able to have your license in 60 days?
Certainly, yes, Your Honor.
All right, why don't you have a license? What's going on with that?
Just tickets on payments. I gotta make payment arrangements. I'm barely meeting ends right now.
Mhm.
I'm the head of household. I barely make ends. I have a 1-year-old son. I have a daughter on the way, which I'm not prepared for. But I do everything in my power to make ends. I even donate plasma, do as much side jobs as I can.
Okay.
And
So do you have employment other than the side jobs?
yes, ma'am,
What do you do?
painting.
All right. So let me ask you this. Did you try picking up the phone and calling them and explaining to them about your financial situation as far as your license goes?
I actually made an appointment and it's months. It's like I have setback months before I have that appointment. And I made the appointment so I could go in and know what I need to get it.
All right, who's your appointment with?
I'm not sure. I gotta look at my phone.
No, I mean,
It's
who did,
months.
what government agency did you call?
The DMV.
All right, does anybody want to call? Maybe if an attorney were to call the DMV for him today and tell them that the judge would like him to get an appointment as early as possible so they can comply with his conditions of probation, maybe they will move him up ahead of the line.
Wishful thinking, Judge.
Well, I will tell
I
you,
mean-
here's my experience.
Yeah.
I always say, be kind to people. I didn't realize that they started doing this thing where you needed an appointment to get your license renewed.
Judge, if you want to get your license, you make an appointment today. They're gonna set your hearing
No, here's my
to
story.
go in June or July.
You know, like the gospel song says, this is my story, this is my song. So I go in and my license was going to expire the next day. And I didn't trust that you have 30 days nonsense. I just said, let me go in. First of all, San Antonio, I thought it was on, I think that's Ingram or whatever. No, it's no longer there, even though it says. So I go in there and there are notes saying, this is not the place you should be. Yes. So I go to Bandera, I go in there, there's this huge line. Everybody that's in line is telling me, so what time is your appointment? Because my time is, I'm like, what are y'all talking about an appointment for? So I just stay in line and I say a prayer and I go up to the counter. I said, I am so very sorry. I didn't know there was appointments, but my license is about to expire. Meanwhile, somebody at the back of the line is just shouting, being mean and rude because it's taking too long. And they're like, we're going to do our best to fit you in. I'm like, thank you so much. And I'll stay at the back of the line however you want. So 3 hours later, I go there and I have my license. So that's why I say we can pick up the phone, call somebody. You have my permission to say that his probation is tied to him getting a license. Is there any way to get him in sooner? Because this 60 days or 6 months, yeah. So if you all will do that, and I'm going to give you all some numbers that I just Googled. And I will write them down. So if you can call and ask. Because I ended up at that one, but somebody says, go to General McMullen. And I was like, that's really out of my way.
I had to get mine in December, and I went all the way to Sabine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what they do. They'll send you like to Bernie or Castroville or
So,
some other area.
Here's the number. First number is for General McMullen, which they tell me that's a good one. But I do like the one, and I'm not saying other people are nicer than other people, but the one that's on Bandera, was it Bandera or was it Heber?
It is.
Okay, so let me give you this number. I don't like that number. Let me see. Well, whenever they do that 888 number,
You're not
Right.
gonna get through to anybody. You're
Yeah.
gonna get a recorded
Yeah.
message.
so that number, it should be the 531-1000. Is that on there?
Yes.
Yes, so if you can call them and you can let them know. So, Mr. Mankata, this is why I always say communication is key. Now I understand what's going on in your life, and I do understand why you would be driving even though you don't have a license. But you just have to realize you can't do that, okay?
Understand, Your Honor.
And I've known people who've sold plasma for extra money. So I understand. So, yes, I'll sign the motion to withdraw. And then, do you have a cell phone?
Yes,
Are you able to Zoom?
yes.
All right, so we can do the compliance hearing by Zoom.
Okay.
And what date do y'all want to bring this back? All right, so we'll set this for a compliance hearing on May 20th. And here's the thing. I say this all the time in court. Some defendants take me seriously, others don't. They're like, that can't be true. If you have issues going on in your life, all you have to do is pick up the phone and tell probation. And if you feel like they're not addressing it, all you have to do is come to me and address it. I consider myself very understanding. I would have understand your financial situation, but hey, plan for children, okay? All right, you should be released sometime today at midnight. That's just the way they do it. I have no
Thank you, Your
control
Honor.
over that.
Appreciate it very much.
All right, you're welcome. Keep up the good work, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, would you like the amended conditions to
Yeah.
reflect intensive supervision, supportive outpatient treatment, and for him to obtain that license within 60 days?
Well, here's my question. Has he been, is there anything that he's been using or?
No, Judge, he has actually been negative when he was first placed on probation. And he told the court at that time he had been smoking marijuana. But there was one other positive back in July, but other than that, everything's been negative. He was placed on weekly UAs.
All right, have you been using?
No, ma'am.
All right, here's the thing. You have children. Don't use marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
In this case, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. Don't do that, okay?
Understand, yes.
All right, continue with your sober meetings.
Okay.
Continue with those. So in lieu of your intensive outpatient treatment, I'm going to tell you to continue with your sober meetings, all right? And then what else?
Just his license within 60 days.
All right, so
Make
we'll,
that Zoom hearing.
yeah, we'll put down license within 60 days. We're going to see where you are on that on May 20th. Your attorney's going to call those numbers and see if you can get ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, nobody else use my name for that though.
And no amended conditions. And no amended conditions.
No, he seems to be doing well. Could I see a reset form? Oh, Norman, there you are.